Welcome to the 5 Letters podcast, featuring myself, Yells,
alongside Cam.
And yo, it's me, Bez.
Skengman, Skengman mode. Skengman mode. Skengman mode. Skengman mode.
Skengman mode, gloves, mask, jet black coat. Man do dirt, then head back home. Eye in the sky like check that drone. If I'm on a glide, let that go. I could be the bigger man, but them where they won't respect man's growth. Wingman, left back flow. Weak man, head back blown. Sick man, Ghetts and cold. Dip man, send man home. Twist and bend that bro. I was 19 with a gun twice my age. I put man in the boot that was twice my weight.
Welcome to the 5 Letters podcast once again. This is our 8th episode now. We've been doing quite a bit, and we've returned, unfortunately, to the remote setup. Obviously, London, it's a bit mad with COVID at the moment, so we decided that we'll be responsible and we'll do it from a distance for now, for the meantime, anyway. But yeah. Once again, I want to welcome my co-host. We got Bez. What are you saying, my man?
Yo.
And we got Cam as well. How are you doing?
I'm good. What's good?
Yeah, all good, man. All good. How are you lot feeling about being back on the remote Discord server?
It's not too bad, but I feel like my mic ain't great, so I need to get a new mic. That's what I need to do this week if we're going to be recording from home again next time.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, we could all upgrade our mics, but yeah, as long as we get something and we can all hear each other and everything's clear and everything like that, it's not too bad.
Yeah.
So Cam, what about you?
I mean, I don't mind it too much. I actually, since our last episode, I think I've upgraded my whole PC setup as well. So I'm more. My setup's more suited to do this from home as well. Also, at this point, because I just got a new graphics card that does this thing that it will automatically drown out any background noise or anything, so it only picks up my voice. So that's pretty sick, and that helps a lot.
Damn. Okay, so you're a professional now. Fully prepared and fully ready to do this thing. Yeah, I think I'm probably somewhere in the middle between you two then. I think my mic is probably just a little bit better than Bez's, just in audio quality. But yeah, my computer doesn't do any fancy stuff like Cam's. My computer's even shagging me on the Discord server. It's not picking up the light is playing with the screen and it's just flashing and everything, which is not great. But we move, and we're here to have a conversation with my boys, and I'm excited for that. So yeah, how'd you last week been, man?
Oh, bro, mine's been stressed, man. Had no internet since Wednesday. Obviously, just came back on this morning.
Mad. Did they give a reason why?
Probably just something in the area. So, when I was jogging one of the days, I did see a couple of Virgin vans and stuff up the road. So there was probably something in the area, and I was on Twitter, and a lot of men were not happy, complaining about their broadband being down and TV being down, everything.
Damn. Just people on Twitter in the area, yeah?
Yeah, so it's the whole, I think it was the whole area, yeah.
That was let me stop baiting myself.
Yeah, let me not say where I live. The around that area. Yeah.
You know what's funny? Because I was gonna say like, the whole area of XYZ. So I was like, let me just ask it like, you went on Twitter and looked for people in your area, and then I was like, nah, let me just bait myself up.
I didn't. Good for didn't say it all, but yeah, the whole area. And then a lot of people were complaining about how they would, because apparently they give you compensation if your internet's down for more than 48 hours straight or something.
Yeah.
But then they like they said the issue was resolved within like 24 hours and then opened another incident for the same issue so that they don't have to then give you a refund.
Damn cheeky ones. You know what I mean? Wow. The myth on the system. I hear it.
Mugging us right off.
Yeah, no, they're definitely taking the piss there. But at least it's back in time for us to do this podcast, at least as well. Yeah. So that's good.
And then back in time for me to watch the Arsenal game where we lost. So yeah, man, it's not been great. I'm down bad. Down bad, man. It's been a rough week for you. I hear it. What about you, Cam? How's the week been?
It's just been a quote unquote normal week. Like nothing's too different for me. Just been working, chilling. Yeah, it's all blending together at this point. But yeah.
Yeah, no, I hear that. Like, just there's nothing to break it up. It's just work, and then you chill. Probably, I know what you're like, so you're probably just playing games and that. And then the next day you work, and you just play some more games, and you work, and you play some more games. It's like there's no going out anywhere. There's no doing anything else. So it blends into one. Like, yeah. I'm surprised you, especially Cam, because you've like been at home this entire time. I'm surprised that you can even keep up with like what days of the week it is and that. I feel like I would be so lost at this point. Like, I think the only thing, yeah, go on. So
yeah, during the whole Christmas period and the break when I wasn't working, I was so confused. I had no idea what day it was anytime. But going back to work, like, yeah, it's helped. But last week I was thinking Thursday was Friday, and like I thought my week was over, but I still had a day left. I was like, damn, this is wrong.
yeah, it's mad.
I saw a tweet like not too long ago. It was someone saying something like, just working to live and living to work right now isn't sitting right with me. And I was like, damn, that's literally what we're doing right now. It's like there's nothing else to do.
That tweet is exactly how I feel, and I absolutely hate it. Like, it's so horrible. Like, because this, like, that's never been my life. Like, my entire adult life, I've always had other things going on. Like, whether that's just going out and enjoying myself or whatever, but also like doing activities outside of work and things like that. And right now, literally, it's just, even though I'm working, I'm in the office, so I'm actually going out. It's still, I go out, I go to the office, I come home, I stay at home. And then the next day I go out, I go to the office, I come home, I stay at home. Like, and that's all there is to life. It is so depressing. But yeah, we got to crack on, man. We got to crack on and just hope somehow, some way we get out of this fairly soon. It's not looking likely.
I can't. I'm not feeling hopeful.
Not at all.
Gotta try and believe, but yeah, I'm not holding my breath.
I was fully thinking to myself the other day that this is like legitimately the new normal. It feels like I said I had a normal week, but generally in life, last week was not a normal week. Like, if you think about it,
yeah,
it's wild that now that this is the new normal. It's crazy.
Yeah, and it's funny, like, anytime, because obviously I'm in the office and that, so my manager, like yesterday, on Friday, was like to me, oh, like, normally I would ask you if you were like doing anything over the weekend, but I know you're not doing anything. And like normally that would be like a big time par, but like but the circumstances, the situation is like, yeah, no, we're all not doing anything. There's no point in asking. Like, and if I was to say I was doing something, you'd probably tell me off because you're not meant to. Yeah, pull me up on disciplinary charges like at work because I'm not following the COVID rules or whatever.
The mad thing is, though, like Cam was saying about the new normal, it's like I was saying to someone the other day, I can't even imagine getting up before 9 o'clock right now, like getting on a train, going into work.
Must be nice.
Not to mean to rub it in, but when you're up and on that train, I'm in bed, warm, sleeping.
Nah, you're taking a piss, mate. Taking a piss. I'm out here leaving my house 7:30 in the morning in the cold. Out here, it's out here foggy and frosty, mate.
I think I woke up at 7 the other day and was like, Pulled the cover back over me. I can't believe anyone gets up at this time. Straight back to bed.
Nah, man. Like the worst part is, yeah. So obviously, I like the working from home like concept. I feel like that should be like that being the new normal. I wouldn't be like mad at it, even though I'm not. For some reason, I'm not. Well, not for some reason. I know the reason, but obviously for my job, I'm not kind of involved in the whole working from home type thing.
Yeah,
but like more jobs working remotely, like I think that's a good thing, and I think that's something that should continue. But the jarring part is that obviously you can't do other things, and that's where it becomes a real problem.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think for me, my week was, I mean, I guess there's nothing to really say. I went into the office, I came back. And yeah, and played PS5 and all that, made some music. And yeah, that was basically the week for me, man. Nothing too crazy. Did you guys see two things that came out? First of all, number 10, the Prime Minister, he announced that this lockdown might go until as long as the summer. Or at least he said he can't rule it out.
The summer?
Did you not see that?
Oh, no, I didn't. No. I saw that he couldn't rule out till Easter, but I didn't see that the summer now as well.
Yeah, they said they're not confirming, but you know when they say, "Oh, we can't rule it out," to me that usually means it's definitely happening.
It's happening.
Yeah. But we just don't want to say. We don't want people to be like properly shook. But yeah, so prepare yourself. At least May, and then in May it will be like tier 4. So
that's this year's a write off as well. Just cancel this year as well, man.
This year, yeah, like. Glastonbury's cancelled. It's all over. Glastonbury's in like August or something as well.
So like Afro Nation people who bought tickets, so you just wait till next year because you ain't getting it this year.
You ain't getting the money back either. Because Smade or whatever, he ain't giving you your money back.
Nope. He's deleting his Twitter right now. And then
Nah. Like, do you know what? The people who had their tickets roll over from 2020, I feel sorry for them. The people who bought tickets for 2021, they played them.
It's true. It's true.
My sympathy is like capped at like 20%. Like, I can only be so sympathetic for you.
Because obviously when they announced Chris Brown, I was like, we need to go, and I was looking at tickets and stuff as well, but I was like, it's definitely not happening. So I'm gonna wait until like the month before it's happening and see what's happening, but it's not. There's no chance it's going ahead, especially the fact that they've sold how many tickets last year, which have rolled over. There's no chance that it's going to be happening as normal. No
chance whatsoever. Like, yeah, honestly, I wouldn't even be surprised if 2022 is not happening, because the thing with a festival is, do you know how far along we need to be to have that many people in? Like, I know it's outside and everything, but that's still a large amount of people in one spot.
Yeah,
like. I feel like clubs need to reopen first. Like at the very least, clubs need to be open, and I feel like we're a long way away from clubs being reopened as well.
Yeah.
So, boy, we will see, man. We will see.
Anything they could do with like festivals is how you know how they had like some last year where they had the booths kind of areas, like
yeah. But that's so dry.
It looks so dead, and then like, or they can like. So
actually, to be fair, I wouldn't say it's dead. It's just a whole different experience. Like, I honestly wouldn't mind it just me and my pals in a booth. Like, we have some drinks, food probably, and we can just sit down. Like, but I feel like the artist needs to be it needs to be like a certain type of artist, like
Lizzo. Get Lizzo in.
Lizzo would be right. Lizzo would be right.
We were standing at the back where we saw her last time, and that was hype.
That was sick. But like, imagine like it's like I don't know, like Back Row G with the Enough Is Enough tune, like one of them tunes you just want to like mosh pit or something. Like, you gotta be sitting down in a booth like listening to that. That would be so weird.
No way.
Like, it's gotta be one of them put up the lighters up, like just waving.
You know, like what it was like going to the bars and stuff where they would tell you like if you stand up and start dancing, like sit down and you can't do this, and it feels like that as well. Then it's there's no point, because
there's really no point.
Enough Is Enough comes on, you want to jump up, but they're like nope. Sit back down.
Yeah.
No, can't be having that.
But even when we saw Chance the Rapper Bez, his set as well would have been alright to like just sit down, chill, like drink,
drinks,
vibe. Yeah. So it could definitely be done, but like the lineup needs to be good. And yeah, like just the setup and organization of it needs to be on point as well.
Yeah.
But the other thing that I was saying was announced as well. Did you not see the government are thinking about paying people £500 to isolate if they catch COVID?
Yeah, I saw that.
I didn't see that. That's wild.
It's crazy.
What's your first reaction, Cam, to that?
So that if they're paying people to isolate, shouldn't that just be something that people would do?
You think so? Yeah.
you think so, but obviously, like some people's jobs and stuff, because employers are evil. If you have to isolate and you can't come to work or whatever, like say you're on like a 0-hour contract or something like that, and you have to isolate, you can't come to work, you're losing out on pay. Yeah,
but isn't that just the same thing that would happen if you got any other kind of illness? So why is this like specific to COVID? People
yeah, that's true. But with other illnesses aren't the ones that are killing, like, or other illnesses aren't the ones that's being focused on right now. Like, for example, if you catch a cold, right, and you don't feel like going into work, like, or you go into work, the only risk is you're passing on a cold kind of thing. And that's like, okay, that's fine. But this whole COVID thing is like, it's spreading around so fast, it's killing people, like it's this mad disease, according to the government anyway. So that's why it's a different vibe, if you get what I'm saying.
Yeah, I guess.
And also, sorry, go on.
Anything to try and reduce the amount of spreading of the disease anyways.
Yeah, and because obviously with COVID as well, remember, you can be like asymptomatic, you could have got like a positive, you could be or like the symptoms are minor or whatever, so you're like, why am I missing out on a day or a week? Well, it's 2 weeks, pretty much 2 weeks pay. Why am I missing out on pretty much 2 weeks pay for something I don't have symptoms for, or something that the symptoms are minor, I can still work, but you're telling me I have to stay home, and my work is telling me if I stay home I'm not going to get paid. Like, so I think that's like kind of the logic behind it.
Okay, it makes more sense when you explain it like that, to be fair. Like, I didn't even think of that. So when I saw it, I was just like, this is stupid. And then kind of scrolled away from it. Because I thought about it from a whole another point of view where I'm like, people will purposely go to get COVID just to then get a positive test and then get £500, which is like...
Damn! All right, that's a madness.
Honestly, I'm sure there will be people who actually do that. Like,
I'm sure a lot of people would. Like, because remember when they first came out, they would say about the whole herd immunity thing, and then so it's probably like there's people who probably still think that's a thing. So if you get it once, you can't get it again. That's what they may think, or I don't know if that's true or not. They say you get some sort of immunity to it, but it may be people who decide to go out and just catch COVID and then get £500 for it.
Do you know what someone on Twitter said? This is another thing, because I don't know if you lot saw this. If you attend like an indoor venue with more than 15 people, you'll get fined £800. So I think the host gets a bigger fine, but every attendee gets fined £800. So someone was saying you should go catch COVID, and then you get a £500 discount, so you don't have to pay £300. And he was like, do you know what this is? He was like, do you know, that's looking kind of worth it, man. £300 for a party. I've been to a party in months. He was joking, but like, again, that's another thing I can see people doing. Like, do you know what, £300? That's not the end of the world.
I spend that on a night out anyway sometimes. So why not?
You know what I'm saying? You know, I've definitely done that. Definitely not £300 on a night out. So it was like, yeah, good times. But like, it's weird because it seems like, and obviously they think that talking about closing borders and everything like that. But it's like, it feels like they're so far behind. Like all these things could have and should have been done ages ago. If you're going to do them, you may as well have just done it from March. Like, let's go.
I don't
Day
get
one.
why they waited 9 months or 10, 11 months to decide to start. Maybe the border should be closed or start making people quarantine after
Traveling in.
Yeah, because that's what countries did from March last year. They close the borders, and we're an island, so you can't. It's not like people can get here any other way.
Like all the countries that like they like to talk down on and like whatever your third world countries and one of these kind of things. Loads of them, literally, and some of these countries like tourism is their like where they make their money and everything. But they were like, no, we have to shut our borders at least for a time, so we can keep our citizens safe. And Britain was like, nah, fam. Like, anyone and everyone, yeah, come in. Like it's a madness. And now it's like, oh my god, this disease, like the Brazilian strain and the South African strain, people are flying in with it. I was like, well, what do you expect? What do you really expect?
Yeah,
But
I don't get our government, mate. I don't get them at all.
talking of our government, did you not see there was a video going around Twitter today of this ginger guy. He's like, I'm a white man, like, and he's talking about Priti Patel, and he's talking about, I think she did a press conference. It was her, and I think it was like a black man, and he was he was raging. He was like, I'm not gonna let this like P word and this black guy, this chocolate guy, I'm not gonna let them. Which is so mad. I'm like, why are you calling him a chocolate man? Like, that's so sexual. Like, it literally sounds like, oh, this chocolate guy. Oh, this chocolate boy, hey. But he's like, yeah, I'm not gonna let this P word and this chocolate like man tell me what to do, because you know what, black people, they're meant to be under white men. Yeah, like I'm like, oh, you're an idiot, fam. You're an absolute donut. Like, he posted it on Snapchat or whatever, and then someone screen recorded it, put it on the internet. Did you not see it?
Yeah. Dude needs to like.
He clearly thought all of his people on Snapchat agreed with him. I wouldn't bait him out, but he was wrong.
I mean, his girl agreed with him.
It definitely.
Like,
she was like, no. But you can tell, like, she would not have let him put that up if she didn't agree with what he was saying.
In the background of the video, she was literally, she's, oh, stop it. She's doing that kind of, oh no, you really shouldn't say that. Ho, ho, ho. Like, nah, she was 100% playing to the camera. Like,
yeah,
100%. Like they were having a conversation beforehand. In fact, I 100% would think that they were having a conversation beforehand, and he was like, Joe, I'm going to post this on Snapchat. And then she was like, no, you can't. Like, she was probably pressing.
I watch. All my friends are going to agree with me, you know. Watch.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, guy's an idiot.
Absolute idiot. But obviously, the internet is undefeated. I think they found him, right?
Mm-hmm. Found him quickly as well. Couple hours, place of work, Facebook, Twitter. He found his girl's Facebook, and yeah.
I think she had to deactivate it, because obviously everyone's like,
there's you're gonna get ripped. He's deactivated his Twitter. She's deactivated Facebook, probably. Just you gotta be careful.
It's peak, absolutely peak. One thing I'll ask you, like, do you not get, like, obviously he was Priti Patel was like his main kind of target, right? But obviously, like, the black guy that she was with was catching like strays as well, and he was saying mad things about black people, and obviously we're three black guys. Like, does this kind of like video or whatever, does it like upset you lot?
No, not at all. Actually, it doesn't upset me because it's not surprising or unexpected. Like, I know there are people out there who will say these things. It just makes me think that he's an absolute idiot. Like, that's all I can think.
Yeah. What about you, Bez?
Yeah, no, it doesn't upset. I find them quite funny, actually. It's just so stupid that you just got to laugh at it, because there's no way like you can take it seriously. He's clearly something wrong with him. So
this is me. Like, I was watching that video. The first time I watched that video, I was busting up. I was like, nah, because he's actually delusional. Like I was like, oh, like the black man's place is underneath a white man. I was like, oh, shame. Okay.
Is it?
I really like. I would like to see you like say that to someone like in person, or like try it. You personally try and force it. Like go outside, find a black guy, try and enforce it. Like, I would like to see it.
Oh,
like,
that'll be the next viral video. You see him like, you should be under me. You know, he just gets knocked out.
Weighed in. But yeah, like I just found it interesting because like videos like that don't upset me either because again, like you were saying, Cam. One, I do truly believe that Britain is quite racist as a country. So, two, I'm never surprised by like these kind of videos and stuff like that. I do expect people to have these opinions and these views. So it's not surprising to see it. And I guess just as black people, we're kind of desensitized to it. Like we see like racist incidents kind of like all the time. So it's gotten to a point for me at least anyway, where it's like, whatever, what's new kind of thing. But the reason I was asking is because obviously, on Twitter, I saw a lot of like black people like who were upset by it and stressed by it or whatever, which again, fair enough. Like people react to things differently. But I wanted to see what you lot thought. But also the funny thing to me about this was that he was going at Priti Patel, and Priti Patel is meant to be for him, for the London.
That's what I was saying. Like Priti Patel twerks for these man, so I have no sympathy for her. I was like, it's true. Like, I feel like, and I what I'm about to say is kind of techie because I don't want to quote unquote victim blame, but I feel like she brings that on herself because her whole like political stance is very anti-immigrant, anti-this, Britain first, so like
she's
when
fueling
like
the fire, she's fueling the fire.
She's fanning the flames that like exactly like that will get her. Like the maddest thing about her for me is that I can't remember if I mentioned this on this podcast before, but like her immigration policies that she supports wouldn't have allowed her family to have immigrated here for her to be here. Yeah. Like, and it like, I'm like, how do you even make sense of that in your head? Like, okay, I'm here now and this is how my family managed to get here, but I'm going to stop this so that the next Priti Patel can't get here. Like how, I don't understand.
Like, well, to be fair, I don't know her story, but if maybe she's like when she was young after she got kicked out of her household or something and she hates her family, like that's the only explanation. Like I can't think of any other reason that you would want your the way you grew up to not happen to someone else unless you just hate the way you grew up. You hate everything about you. Self-hate.
I feel like she is very self-hating.
It's some kind of self-hate. It's either conscious or unconscious, man. Like no matter how you put it, it's definitely self-hate.
Yeah, and it's mad because like you said, Bez, she's twerking for these man, and these men are just like these men are just. And the thing is, it's not even surprising. Like, and I don't think like it's just this guy by himself.
No,
mad at these guys, and they probably all vote Conservative, like or like because of UKIP, BNP, like that kind of side of things. And they probably all love her, like, sorry. They probably all love like her policies and stuff. But at the end of the day, when it boils down to it, like, she's just
she's not one of them. Yeah. Some bloody beep beep.
Yeah, like as soon as you do or say something that they don't like, then you're under the bus and you get an abuse held at you. So, boy, no sympathy for her at all. But I do hope that this guy gets fired, and
he has to.
Boy,
I've seen so many tweets, so many things and so many people who just come out and say something like I've seen kids like who work in places and unis and stuff getting kicked out of uni for saying stuff like stuff about black people like that. So he has to get sacked. Otherwise, maybe he's self-employed and then he can get away with it. But people who see it will never hire him again, I'm sure.
Yeah. Like they found his LinkedIn page and everything as well. So like.
he's going to be getting drawn out. If he is self-employed, he's going to be getting a lot of fake jobs over the next few years.
Yeah, like I saw people were trying to were sending him like and to be fair, I think this is probably the wrong approach because I feel like it doesn't do anything to him. It does stuff to the other people on the other side. But they were ordering food to his address. But cash on delivery, and I feel like that's just an annoyance for him, but it's worse for the owner because they're making the food and then they're not. He's just gonna turn them away.
Yeah.
But to be fair, it's still kind of annoying if like just people are just ringing my doorbell. Hey, did you order this? Did you order this?
That's so jarring. It's like every few minutes, just door going.
Apparently, I heard a story about someone doing that to someone for like, I don't know, it was like 15 years or something like that. Like constantly just ordering food to their door.
Why? Why would you do that?
Where I heard it, they said it was for a prank, but who knows, man?
That's some serious dedication to be doing it for 15 years, though. That's wild.
if you have beef with your neighbour, you never know, right? You might just that's how you're gonna just get little digs at them until they move out. Just keep going, just keep prodding at them.
Yeah, like literally. Or you could just if you don't mind spending a little cash, you could just start ordering some like outrageous things. Like just send them like a dildo or something. Like, just like a huge, like one of them 15-inch like yeah, man, wasting some money.
That would actually be so funny. Just to see, like, because it depends, like, cause if it's like I sent it to your house and then like someone's like, "Oh, what'd you get?" It's like,
oh my days. That's it. That's life ruined. Because then, like, I swear I didn't buy this. No, who's gonna believe you?
Like, what's you gonna say you didn't buy it?
Yeah, it's a matter.
Oh man.
But yeah, nah, man. But honestly, yeah, again, like I say, I'm not surprised that he was so brazen. Yeah, it's just another reminder of, like, since we've had this podcast, I think we've said this like multiple times, but it's just another reminder of how this country and how racist it can be at times. Huh?
Mm-hmm. And there's probably a lot of people who actually do agree with him as well. And I didn't read the comments on the video or anything, but I'm sure there's probably some people in there who would.
Sorry.
You got a strong point there.
No, one thing that was one thing that pissed me off. Or it didn't piss me off, but it reinforced like what was going on for me. And just another thing about kind of like how people's minds work and how subtly racist people can be is I saw a lot of white people being like, "Oh my God, why would you post this?" Or like, oh my God, some things you should keep to yourself. Or I'm like, oh, okay. So you're like, oh no, like, let's have these conversations.
He's allowed to think this.
Yeah, let's have these conversations behind closed doors. Like people are like, oh, his only mistake was putting this online. Like,
oh my God.
I'm like, no, like that's the issue is much deeper than the fact that he recorded himself and put it online. Like, yes, in fact, he's an idiot for doing that.
That's not the issue. That's the positive that he actually did that, because now we can all see it. The issue is that he thought he could post that online, and he thought that in general.
Yeah, exactly. I would much rather an honest racist than a
closet racist.
Yeah, like I would 100% like I would take the guy that's gonna call me an N-word, whatever, to my face, than the guy that's gonna be doing it behind my back and then like trying to hold me down and like do that, whatever. Like, the guy who calls me the N-word to my face, let's fight, let's have it out.
I know I don't like you, but then the other guy who's nice to my face, who I think, yeah, he's a cool dude, you know, but then behind my back he's like, oh, I fucking hate that black prick over there. You see his happy hair, that fucking idiot.
Yeah. So like, yeah, I'll definitely just tell me how you really feel, innit? Like, let's get to the bottom of it.
I don't know if you saw as well. There's some talking about racism. Like there was, you don't watch Love Island, I know, but there was a big like story going on about Yewande from, I think she was a couple of seasons ago, and how she was being how she was bullying one of the contestants on there.
Microaggressions,
yeah, and then like. Yeah, so the girl said that she was bullying her, and then people who were on the show came out and said, no, I think that you were the one being bullied, like you were the one bullying Yewande sort of thing, and the microaggressions and stuff like that.
No, I saw, obviously, like you said, I don't actually watch Love Island, so I'm familiar with all the names because when Love Island is on Twitter, it's just a horrible place to be.
That was great, man. When Love Island and the World Cup 2018. Oh, that was amazing. What a time to be alive.
Fair, yeah, I'm sure it was great. I'm sure it was great. But yeah, no, so like I was familiar with Yewande, and I've like obviously seen like her pictures and stuff, and like I think she's kind of like, I think all of them kind of come out and they all kind of get like some different like influencer deals and stuff. So I've just, like seen her around kind of thing. And then I saw like people talking about how she was being accused of bullying, and I saw her basically getting like responding about how she couldn't say her name and stuff.
Yeah.
And obviously I feel like, yeah, that's a mad thing. And I think that's something that probably hits close to home to probably all three of us, because obviously our names are what they are. They're not like English names.
That's why I brought it up, because I was going to say, yeah, because obviously us three, we've probably had it our whole lives of people just saying our names wrong. And I've never really thought about it too much, you know, because other than the names, I wouldn't say our names are hard to say, but it's just, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think Yewande is hard to say either.
No, it's not. I don't know how you can read it and think anything other than just Yewande.
I've literally never heard anyone say it. Like I say, I've only ever seen her on Twitter. And I just read it, and I'm like, that's Yewande. Like, it's really not that difficult. But yeah, this girl wanted to call her Y and stuff.
Yeah.
Like,
and that's how I saw the tweets just saying that, because people were just defending and saying like, oh, so you could say Arnold Schwarzenegger, but then you think you have a problem with Yewande, and then like obviously like footballer names, like you have like Lewandowski and all these Blaszczykowski and all these kind of mad footballer names. The commentators casually say, and people can casually say, but then Yewande, it's just like six or seven letters, which is not even hard to say.
Especially if someone tells you how to say it and you still can't say it, then like there's clearly issues there. Like.
That's definitely a problem, and that's what I saw people saying as well. Is like, if I introduce myself to you and I'd say, "Oh, hi, I'm Yewande," for example, like all you have to do is say it back. If you don't catch it, say, "Oh, I'm sorry. Like, can you say that again for me?" And then like you can get it. Like, it's about, if you respect someone, you make the effort, kind of thing.
Yeah, but she was like, instead of just, I don't respect you, so can I call you Y instead? I ain't gonna. I don't ain't gonna try and learn your name. Just let me call you Yi, because I can't be asked.
Because like for me, like obviously I've had people butcher my name, like butcher it. I had like in school, I had teachers taught me for 5 years and butchered my name for 5 years. Like, I've definitely had that. But, and to be fair, I never cared. Like the teachers, I didn't care. Like the mandem and like people who I was like friends with, like students and stuff. Like, you're gonna say my name right. Like I would sit here and you'll learn it. Like, and you'll say it right. But like teachers, I don't fuck with you anyway. So whatever, man. But yeah, like I think it's just like mad disrespectful, and for her to like obviously come online and then start accusing her of bullying, like, or whatever, it's just another example of just like microaggressions that obviously black people and black women in particular have to deal with in this society. It's sad, man.
But it's just the way that it's just backfired on Lucy, because she came out and said that Yewande was bullying her, and then everyone's like, no, you're the bully. Like, and then people who were on the show even said like Lucy was a dick. Like, no one liked her in the show, sort of thing. And
man.
Just backfired hard.
Good. It's really about time these things started backfiring.
Yeah,
I don't know if you saw, but like a similar thing. This was months ago now, but like the whole Misha B Taliza thing. Did you not see that?
No.
Sort of. I think so. Yeah.
So obviously Misha B, let me just try and explain it. So this, obviously Misha B's from, I mean, probably like 10 years ago now. She was on X Factor.
Yeah.
And this is when Taliza was a judge. You know who Misha B and Taliza are, Cam, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yes, Taliza was a judge. Misha B was a contestant. And Misha B, obviously, you know how the show works. She sang her song, whatever. She's finished. She's getting feedback from the judges. And Taliza brings up the fact that one of her acts had said that Misha B was bullying her. And I remember, I think it was Gary Barlow, man like Gaza. He was like, why are you bringing up like backstage stuff like on national TV about bullying or whatever? Like, why would you do this? And then, long story short, basically that clip resurfaced like a few months ago. And and people were like, look at this. This is like, this wouldn't happen to like anyone else. Like, it's only like black women generally who get all the time just these things of you're bullying or you're aggressive, like just thrown out willy-nilly at any point, like no matter what you're doing. Like, you have a straight face, you're looking mean, like, and it's it's crazy. It's crazy how these things happen. So then Talisa got cooked, and I was so happy. I was like, good, cook her, yes. Like, because like, yeah, why would you, like, because obviously as it comes out, it came out that obviously Misha B wasn't bullying anyone. She just wasn't buddy with the person, and that's, I mean, you're allowed to not be friends with someone. Like, so yeah. Like, it is a damn shame, man. I hope progress gets made. Yeah.
It's mad though, like when you see it, because I've never thought about it. Like, obviously, when even in like football and stuff, when you see that the commentators will describe black players, where they say like they're pacey and powerful, when the white players are flary and something like that. Like, a lot of them are technical.
Technical,
it's just the little like different ways they describe people, just based on their skin color. Even though like Pogba will do the same thing De Bruyne might do, a little like nice over the top pass, but then he's pacey and powerful for it, whereas De Bruyne is flary and technical.
Yeah. That's literally Yaya Toure.
Yeah. Man was the most flary technical beast you've ever seen. And then,
I was always, Yaya Toure powering through. Like one of them ones.
Man did that in Barcelona midfield, and that was the most tiki-taka team we've ever seen. So
yeah, there's always like strength and pace.
Yeah, that's it, strength and pace. Yeah, just like.
It's like, nah, like we can really ball. Like,
Exactly.
we can actually, like, because it kind of like, it just takes the intelligence out of the game. It's like, all right, you're like, it's like you don't know how to play, but you're physically gifted.
Yeah.
Like you like, and it's just like, now you're trying to downplay what we're doing, innit? Like,
exactly. The thing, I won't lie, like some African teams, they are fully just pace and power. But
no, of course.
like,
that's why they're not that good.
Yeah.
That's why they're just not that good. But then when the African players are good, they have more to their game. They have much more to their game.
You can see that they've got more to it than just pace and power.
Yeah. And even most of them African teams, like, they have one or two ballers. Like the rest of them,
just run.
Knock it down the line and dip. But they usually have like one or two like guys that are
they can hold it down.
Yeah. Really, really about this life. Like, I remember what's his face? Chelsea player. He used to play.
SCM.
He was Nigerian.
John Obi Mikel.
Yeah. Him. He was another one, isn't it? He obviously not to the level of Yaya Toure. But I remember thinking, like, back in the day, I used to be like, this guy's actually nice. He's actually decent. And I just remember, like, just commentators all the time, the strength of John Obi Mikel. I'm like, he's strong, but like he just pinged the ball like halfway across the pitch and did a pinpoint pass. What does this have to do with anything? Like,
he's a strong player, that one. he's just not making man and like to play a little bit like a ball through, and then he's strong for it.
Yeah. It's mad. So like these kind of things, man, it's just it's kind of like, obviously, Bez, we were having a conversation earlier in our group chat, but it's kind of like just these like systematic like micro things that we just really need to.
So if you can get rid of those, then it might be at least a start to kind of bigger things, because it like keeps it in the limelight. It keeps separating people, really, doesn't it? Whereas like you kind of, you're seeing some people in one way and seeing other people another way.
And that's what I was saying about how I would much rather like the open racist guy, because like it's just open, like it's clear as day. You don't like me because I'm black, whatever. Clear as day. There's nothing like, there's no room for any kind of confusion, any kind of wires crossed. It's like, fuck you, innit? Like, basically, like I'm hearing what you're saying, and you can suck a dick, but. When it's like these kind of like subtle like just the choice of words, like it's like, would you have chosen that word if I was a white guy? Would you, like, when it's those kind of subtle things, it's just it's way more techie, and it's just a lot harder to deal with. And I feel like those kind of things annoy me a lot more.
Yeah.
Because again, and because they're a lot more common, and it's just a lot harder to deal with because people get so defensive as well. It's like, oh no, like for example, calling Yaya Toure strong. He is strong, clearly, but he's so much more than that.
Yeah.
But then if you say to someone, notice how many times you called him strong and you haven't commented on his ability, it's like, well, but it's because he is strong.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's techie. It really is techie, man.
Yeah, it's like, you're right, he is strong, but just look at what else he does and kind of comment on that as well, rather than just the strength of the guy.
Because, like, for example, Ibrahimovic he's a tall, strong guy, but I don't think I've ever heard anyone call him strong like
no.
that. Because man's got the finesse.
Yeah.
Like, he's
technically sound.
He's technically amazing, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's definitely a weird one. It's not going to be solved in a day, but obviously
one day people will make steps towards at least solving it, though. Hopefully, anyway.
Yeah.
Again, as I said, with COVID getting out, and I wouldn't hold my breath, but
but this is the thing with it's kind of a similar thing to talk about, like for example, America, right? So you see how I was saying I prefer the racists who will just call me the N-word and cool, there's no room for confusion, than the one that's like either keeping it to themselves or holding it down or whatever, or maybe doesn't think they're racist but has like racist tendencies or stuff like that. Obviously, Trump being out of the White House now or whatever, that's obviously a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
But with Trump, like, you kind of just know where you stand, innit?
Yeah, true.
with Biden, it's a bit like, I've
got a black VP. I can't be racist. He's that kind of guy, probably.
He's that guy. Like, he's literally that guy. Like, oh yeah, no, but how can I be racist? Like, oh, Barack's my mate. Like, how can I be racist? Like,
I've got a black female VP. I'm the most woke guy in it.
But he was the one. Like, and this is the thing. He was the one that went on. I think he went on Breakfast Club, and he was like, if you don't vote for me, you're not black.
Yeah,
that's an actual quote. Like this, when he was in the run up to the campaign.
Oh my God.
He literally said that, and then everyone was like, "Oh no, he misspoke," or you get what you mean. He's saying that he's going to be better for black people than Trump is. You get what you mean. I'm like, okay, cool, maybe so, but however, he did literally say the words, "If you don't vote for me, you're not black," and I don't see how this white guy could be saying that. like, excuse me, that's not an acceptable thing to be saying.
Oh my God! Wow. If Kanye said that, people would even go at him. So I don't know how Joe thinks he's okay to say that.
If Kanye said it, people would flame Kanye. But I think with Biden, it was just a thing of like, we just have to deal with it. Like, I think a lot of people were like, "Oh, he's not perfect, but he's better than Trump." I think that's kind of what the attitude is.
Yeah, I think that's
so
how
when he makes mistakes, it's like, okay, he is wrong here, but we still need to get rid of Trump.
He's still not Trump. As bad as he is, he's still not Trump. So, did you guys watch the inauguration speech?
No, I didn't. Nope. I was at work, and then I finished work, and I was going home. I was like, I'm not about to stay here. Home time.
I didn't either, but I heard bits of it, and it was just, I saw Trump was there, wasn't he? But then he left out the back door when Joe came through the front or something, and he didn't.
Oh yeah, he was there earlier in the day, and then he got his helicopter and
dipped out.
Yeah.
He wasn't. He's meant to wait and shake his hand and stuff, isn't he? And then he just kind of he said already he wasn't going to do it, but then he actually didn't do it. He's like, I'm out of here.
True to his word. True to his word.
Again, the guy who's to your face, straight up into your face.
You know what I'm saying? But I didn't hear the speech, but I saw like a lot of people talking about it, and a lot of people were like, "Oh, it's so he inspired so much hope, and like America's back." America's back and all of that kind of stuff. And I'm like, I mean, America being back is not a great thing. Like, America was pretty shitty 4 years ago as well. I'm not gonna lie to you. So, boy, yeah.
Don't know what him being back, what it being back's going to do for everyone else, but I guess we have to wait and see.
We'll see. I see a lot. One thing I saw a lot of people being like, "Oh, like I can stop caring about politics now," and I'm like, I feel like if you've learned anything from the last 4 years, with regards to politics, like it's like you should probably care the entire time.
Yeah,
because you can't just wait until things are messed up again and be like, "Oh my god, I need to care again."
Now. Politicians lie. That's like the number one thing. There was I don't know if you saw there was a clip or tweets where there was one tweet where Joe Biden said like Trump has no idea how to deal with this pandemic. He needs a plan. I have a plan. And then that was his tweet however many months ago. And then like the other day after he's been voted in, he's tweeted out, "We're sitting down. We're going to work something out for this. We haven't got the full idea yet, but we're going to work it out. We're going to beat this sort of thing." So it's like, I thought you had a plan 6 months ago to deal with this, and now how is it that you've now lost your plan and you now have to work out something out? It's just full of lies.
Yeah, and that's my thing. Like, obviously, it's just like fancy words and like well-crafted speeches and things like that. And it's like it all looks nice and it's all professional or whatever. I'm just talking about America. There's nothing professional about Boris Johnson.
He wears a suit. He wears a suit
that looks scruffy as hell. Like,
it's like his pajamas.
He wears a suit that looks like he literally looks like he just like rolled out of bed in a suit. But yeah, Biden is all like, he's all professional and he's well spoken and everything, like a bit like how Obama was as well. And it's like, so you kind of feel safe and secure in their hands. And then when you look at like what they've done and what actions they've taken and stuff like that, it's just, sometimes it's like, "Oh, you man are winging it," and sometimes like, "You man are evil," and it's just like, it's mad.
Well, that's what a lot of people say about Obama. They're like, yeah, he looked like he was in control, but when you see what he actually did and stuff, he didn't do anything for black people. He didn't do anything for anyone really. He just kind of was just hanging about.
That was a big time war criminal. That
yeah,
I like Obeezy, big time, big time war criminal. That's do you know what? I quite like. It's weird because I would say he's probably my favorite American president that I'm aware of, but that bar is so low. Like, who else? Like, so yeah. But yeah, he's like, obviously he started the whole drone war thing where like they just send a drone to bomb a hospital like in the Middle East or wherever. And it's mad,
crazy,
absolutely mad. But yeah, I guess we'll have to see. We'll see what Biden does. Brexit's done, so we'll see what happens there. I don't think Boris is going to be around much longer. I think he's had enough.
Yeah, he's stepping down soon, I'm sure.
What do you lot think?
Do we have like we do have like election periods like America does, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
How long is that? How many?
It's a few months. The term or the like?
The term. Yeah, the term.
I think it's 5 years. Something
Does it still apply considering everything that's happened since Brexit?
What do you mean?
As in, like, does it get reset when a new person is appointed prime minister, or like?
No.
It's a party, isn't it?
Yeah, it's the party.
I see.
So because obviously, like, unlike America, so in America you vote for the president. Over here, you vote for the MP, and then the party with the most amount of MPs, the leader of that party becomes prime minister, and essentially, that it doesn't matter what happens. Like, you could change prime minister every day. It's still after the 5 years, if it's 5 years, there's another election.
So it would be 5 years from when Theresa May was appointed. Then
5 years from the last election.
The other day, like last month or last year. So sorry,
it was 2019, wasn't it?
Sorry, it was yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm pretty sure it's 5 years. So 5 years from 2019.
2024. Jeez.
Yeah. So we still got a long time to go of like these Tories.
Oh boy.
And I think Boris is going to dip, and I think It's probably gonna be man like Rishi next.
Do you think?
I think so.
Not Hancock.
Oh god! Oh god! Oh, that would be a nightmare.
Did you not see the video of Piers Morgan getting at him in the interview?
Yes.
Oh, it's so sick.
Like, that was so jarring. This is why I hate politicians, man. Because like you can't answer a simple question, bro. Like, man was like, "Do you?" I think he was asking, "Do you regret not voting for it?" I was like,
"You're now do you regret voting against the free school meals?" Well, I'm glad that we could get it sorted. And but do you regret it? Okay.
Exactly. So it's like, okay, yeah, no, you sorted it. Okay, cool. But do you regret voting against it? Well, I will say this in my own words. I'm glad that we've managed to get it done. It's like, it's a yes or no question, my guy.
You're just like, do you regret it? I'm not saying that. I'm just saying I'm glad. Oh my God. Piers Morgan was on his neck.
On his neck, rude boy. But yeah, like, it's actually so jarring how politicians just can't answer the question straight.
Skate around anything they're asked.
Like, and I feel like it just makes it's so bad for them as well, because I get it, because now the newspapers or whatever can't like print the headline that says Matt Hancock regrets like XYZ. Yeah. But it still looks so bad when like people see the video. Like,
yeah.
Now everyone's seeing the video and they're like, okay, so you can't answer a simple question.
You're just an idiot, basically. Like, oh my God.
Like I feel like I would have so much more respect for a lot of politicians if they could admit when they were wrong.
That's the thing. He could have easily said like, yeah, I do regret it. At first it seemed like a bad idea. I regret it, but I'm glad that we did get it sorted. And I'm sure people wouldn't have no issue with him saying he regrets it. But then him skating around it is like, you're an idiot. Because then it just seems like you don't regret that you actually voted against it. But then now that it's sorted, you're glad that it's sorted. And it just, it's just...
But it's because I think the problem with that is because of the whole kind of like the whole party thing and everything like that. So like, he probably didn't even like, he was probably like whipped into vote in that vote. So like, as in, it was just conservatives, we're voting no to this.
Yeah.
And all the conservatives just voted no to this. It probably had nothing to do with how he actually feels. Well, to be fair, he probably felt like voting no anyway. But the point was, it wasn't his decision that he made, I don't think. I think it was just the party, like the heads of the party decided that this is what we're all gonna do, and they all did it. So for him to now come out and say, "Oh, I regret it," whatever, it's kind of going against the party, even though it's like retrospective, and it's just I feel like there's so much changes that I feel like is needed in politics, because I feel like it's just so broken as a system.
But there was a video of Priti Patel, she outright just said about the closing the borders. She was like, I voted to close it last year, or something along those lines. And it's like, she just came out and said it without caring. She's mad. But then that's the honesty we need. Like, if you voted, say what you got to say in it, say it with your chest.
Yeah. But obviously, she voted for it so she could say in it. Like, obviously, other people didn't agree with her.
Yeah.
But she was, for once, she was on the right side, I guess.
Yeah.
So she can say that with her chest.
Yeah.
But it is mad. But moving on from politics, I did have something I probably should have showed you before we even started. Because I'm 90% sure Cam hasn't seen this, and I'm like 50-50 on whether you have, Bez. But you know, Virgil Abloh.
Is that $50 guy? 50%.
Yeah, $50 man, Virgil Abloh. Did you see his LV catalog?
No.
Cam, what about you?
I don't know who he is, and no, I did not see anything about him.
I think he's the guy who created Off-White, isn't he?
Yeah. Right, so basically, this is something that I wanted to ask you specifically, Bez. I don't know if you what your opinion on this would be, but he did like an LV, I think it was like one of these virtual fashion shows, and it's for LV's winter lineup. I don't know how it works. I'm not like a fashion guy, but and all the clothes were designed by Virgil, who's a Ghanaian. He's like descendant from Ghana.
Yeah.
And one or two of the pieces was like Kente cloth with like LV all over it. Like, you know, like the Vuitton, like things and that. What do you think about
that? I don't have any problem with it.
Really?
No, I wouldn't say so.
I think it's so weird. I think it's really weird. Like, yeah, I'm like, I don't like, for me, like, I'm just trying to think, like, imagine like a Scottish kilt or something and it was LV. Like, I'm just like, it just doesn't like make sense to me. Like, this big like corporation, like taking something that's like very traditional, and then branding it. If you get what I'm saying.
I guess, but then I guess because I guess that would probably be targeted at the black rappers. I don't know who else would, like, you wouldn't catch like any white people wearing that, I'm sure.
I don't know. I feel like putting the LV on it makes it.
That's true. Yeah. I need to see what the designs are like, because it doesn't sound too bad to me. Like I don't have a problem with it from the sound.
It's like it's literally like
the Kente colors and stuff, and they're just with LV.
It literally is like, hold on, I'm gonna try a thing here. I'm gonna see what happens if I can find it, and then I can like share my screen with you lot. If I can find the picture. But yeah, it's literally like Kente with like his whole outfit, and then he's got like a Kente draped over him. I found it, so let me see if I can share my screen now so you lot can see. Okay, this one.
Okay, I've just...
Okay. Oh, you Googled it even?
Yeah.
But yeah, did you see that?
Yeah.
You can see that as well, Cam, right?
Yeah.
So like, and then obviously like the green parts, it's probably way too small for you to see properly, but like the green part is like all LV. And like the LV like symbols and stuff.
Okay, I find it a little bit funny.
You find it funny?
Yeah.
Why is that?
It's just, it's not that bad. Like, it just looks weird though. It looks very weird. It doesn't look right.
Yeah, it doesn't look right at all.
Yeah, and that was one of them. I think there's another one as well, like with like a whole different outfit.
Yeah.
But I'm just like, nah, man. I don't like. Generally, I don't like it when like big brands are capitalizing on something that's very cultural.
Yeah.
But you said it was the guys of Ghanaian descent, right?
Yeah.
So it could be him trying to represent his culture.
And this is why I was asking Bez, because obviously Bez is Ghanaian and I'm not. And yeah, that's very, very true. Very true. But at the same time, I generally don't feel like people should be selling parts of their culture to corporations.
Yeah, definitely not.
Yeah. So like, for him as a person, like I understand why he may want to be like, okay, this is part of my Ghanaian heritage, and I want to put this on display. I want to raise this to the world and everything like that. Like 100%, I get that. But at the same time, I'm like, how does him doing this and giving this to Louis Vuitton, how does this affect, the aunties in Accra market? Yeah,
that's what I was just thinking, actually. It's good. That's the problem with it more for me. Just thinking about it now, that it's going to be taken away from the aunties and people selling in the markets in Accra their cloth and taking money out of their pockets when LV are selling it, and then people start ripping off LV to sell more Kente on eBay and stuff. And yeah. So that in that case, I do see an issue with it.
Yeah. So like it was like, like I say, it's not like a major thing, but I was just kind of like, I saw it because it came on Twitter. Everyone was like gassing. They were like, Virgil's trying to redeem himself, because the fashion show was I saw like clips of it, and the fashion show did look kind of dope. Like it was like a lot of black men. It was like the men's I think it was the men's winter rage, but yeah, it was a lot of black men, and it was like really like a really interesting concept because obviously you can't do like a live fashion show right now in these mad times. So it was a really interesting video, and they all walking around, and there was some decent pieces in there that I was like, oh, okay, I could never afford this in a million years, but this looks kind of nice still. So yeah, like so people were praising him for that, and it was like, okay, he's trying to redeem himself. But then I saw like the Kente bit, and I was like, that was a little bit strange to me. So I wanted to see if you had any.
In my head, I wasn't picturing it to be like the cloth. I was like the actual kind of like robe kind of wearing, the fro sort of thing. Yeah, I was expecting like to be like maybe a shirt made out of Kente cloth or with some LV signs on it or something. So that's how I was picturing it, not actual. That's why I think it's weird, just because the guy looks awkward wearing it. Doesn't look like he even knows, like he looks like he's just like, why am I wearing this sort of thing? He just visible in it. It's so weird.
Blit that, body one blip that, gunshot fuck up your six pack. Swing that, ying that, keep don't bend that, shit get hot when I ping that. Zing that, bro, spin that, we ain't tryna hear about get back. Never. Tech that, he couldn't tech that, I should've just did that, his head back.
Spliff in my mouth, gun in my hip, one in the clip. I'm a D.O. your chick, clocked her gram and she like my pic. Cutest face and she nice and tip. That's your BM, she's in my DMs, can't take man for a punk like CM.
Numerous man got ripped.
Yeah, by the way, I know you. Did you not see? There's a tweet where some guy was basically saying that going clubbing with your girl is like top 3 worst things to do. What did you not think? What did you not think about that?
I can see the logic. I can see where he's coming from on that one, but I don't know if I agree.
Yeah.
Cam, do you have any thoughts?
I would agree with that statement. I've experienced it and it's not a fun time.
Okay, no, okay. You got to talk to us. What happened?
Well, well, I think it's more just because of who I am that it wasn't that great for me, because the only reason I ever go to a club is for the music, but now I have to take into account her. Like the situation is we're going to a club that she's decided we should go to or whatever, or like if I'm thinking about it just doesn't make sense because I'm going to a club to hear music, but we would have to have the same taste in music for it to work. But generally that's not going to happen because my music taste is pretty obscure. So yeah, we went to a club. I didn't like the music at all, and so I was like just not really. I just wasn't having a good time. That's it, really. But yeah.
Okay, so that's not necessarily about.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying it is specific to my situation, to who I am, but I can also, yeah.
That's very different. That's very different to what he was thinking when he was tweeting it anyway. That's like
I just see what he said, but yeah.
I think it is. I think I'm just trying to think about it. I've never been clubbing with my girlfriend, but I've been clubbing with like girls like I've been talking to or like dating or whatever, and I've had a good time. Like there's been the thing is I can see where he's coming from, because there's always the potential for just situations to go left. Like just there's in so many different ways. Like obviously you could have a situation where, because these things happen in clubs, you could have a situation where some guy tries to move up your girl, like hopefully politely, but maybe impolitely, and now you gotta like handle that. Or like, if someone's like touching on her or whatever, like these kind of things, like you have to deal with. And I guess just as her man, like but then when I think about it, I would rather be there than not be there, kind of thing. Like imagine your girl is out clubbing and then she gets into that situation just by herself and you're not there. Like
true. And then she's come the next day telling you about what's happened night before. And you're getting pissed like the next day.
like obviously I don't want to be like having to fight nobody in the club. Yeah. So I get the idea of like, nah, leave your girl at home because you don't want to be like. But it's like, yeah, but also clubbing with a girl is good. Like, I see perspective where it's good because obviously, like, you go there and you know, like, boom, like, I'm gonna dance. Like, if it's that kind of vibe, it's like, boom, I'm gonna dance with you. Like, we're gonna have some drinks together. Like, we can talk. Like, we'll just enjoy each other's company, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like, if it's your girl like that, then that's what the situation is gonna be, innit? Like, obviously, if she ain't your girl like that, you might lose her. But but if it's your girl like that, then yeah, you know what the vibe is gonna be. Like, we'll have some drinks, we'll dance together, like 1, 2 wine, whatever. Then we'll dip out and we'll go wherever we're going, and we'll continue our evening, however that may go. Which
stay safe,
time.
kids. Stay safe.
Which sounds like if everything goes smoothly,
Yeah.
there's absolutely like going clubbing with your girl is banging if everything goes smoothly. But I think the problem is, there's like so many avenues how it could go left.
Yeah.
Like, say she gets like too drunk, left. like, yeah, you could get ick from that, man. It could ruin your end your relationship, boy. Like, yeah, there's so many things. But what did you think, Bez? I'm sure you got something.
So obviously I've never been clubbing with my girlfriend or anything, so I was thinking the same thing as what like Cam will say. I was thinking it depends on what you go out for in the night, sort of thing. So like some people so when I was younger, I used to go clubbing. I would go and I would want to move around all the time. I wouldn't ever want to just go and stay in the same place. And I feel like that's difficult to do when you're like with your girl or something, because then they might like downstairs music, but I want to kind of go upstairs for a bit. I want to come back down, and it's just difficult. So that's one thing when I was at uni, for example, it's always difficult with when certain people you're going out with. It's hard to.
But then that just depends on the type of girl. If you're dating someone that's kind of like on your vibe, on your level, then that's probably what
they might want to do it. But then again, then it's just awkward, because then I can't like just go. I have to like come on, and I just drag you along. But you might want to stay there for a bit longer and then come up later, and then it's just a bit difficult. So I can imagine like in that kind of way, it would just be annoying, and just. If you're just trying to chill and just, as you said, like if the girl gets too drunk and she's mad sloppy or just like she's just falling about and stumbling, that's your night done. You got to just get home and that's it. Like 10 p.m. girl's too drunk.
But again, to be fair, like that could happen with anyone. That could just be your pal.
It could.
It could, and it does happen.
It has happened, yeah.
Yeah. Moving on swiftly. No, I'm joking. But yeah, also no, one thing that has happened when I've been out with like a girl I was like talking to, kind of thing. I remember she went to the bathroom and I was just chilling like by the bar, like just sipping on my drink, whatever. And then it was the funniest thing to me because it was the funniest thing to me. So like, I'm just chilling by the bar. It was a club, but it wasn't like packed. So there was a lot of that space to kind of move around and walk around, whatever. So I'm chilling by the bar, waiting for her to come out of the bathroom. And the bar's like right by the bathroom, so I can see when she comes out. And I can see like on the far side of the bar, on the opposite side of the room, there was this group of girls, and they're kind of like just whispering, looking over at me, whispering, kind of like, you know how they do, innit?
Yeah.
So then I'm like trying not to pay attention to that. I'm just like drinking my drink, like, all right, I hope this girl comes out of the bathroom soon so we can get back onto the dance floor, like get back to whatever we're doing. So the girls from over on the other side, one of them like starts walking over towards me. And I'm like, oh God, here we go.
Oh no!
Oh no! Oh God, here we go. I need to like try and politely be like, sorry, like I'm here with someone, kind of thing. But what happens is like the girl I was with comes out of the bathroom from behind me and kind of like just goes around, like kind of like comes around in front of me. So then I see the girl clock her. I'd be like, oh. And then turn around and go back to her friends. But the part that was why I say it could have been a thing, because the girl that I was with saw her coming over and then noticed her turning around, and she was like, "Oh, I think that girl's coming to talk to you." And I was like, "I don't know. Why would she be talking to me?" I don't know if random. Like, it's just. She's like, "Oh," and she's like, just for the rest of the night, she was just like looking over her shoulder, kind of thing, like paying attention to them. And I was like, "Oh, okay." Just like nothing was said, nothing happened, you know.
But it's just awkward.
It's just like, yeah, it was awkward. So, and again, yeah, I think just clubbing in general, just like a weird vibe sometimes.
That's it can either be top or bottom tier either way anyway. Like sometimes you might go with your boys and it's just a bottom tier night. You might go and spend, like, even if you might just meet a random girl there who you spend some time with out on the night, and then it just ends up being the sick night, or ends up just being like, "I've wasted this night talking to you all night," sort of thing.
So maybe we need to change its tweet. So instead of it saying obviously clubbing with your girl is bottom tier, clubbing is bottom
Clubbing
tier.
in general is definitely bottom tier, yeah.
I'm lying. I'm definitely lying. I love it.
I miss it.
So much, man. But what else would you say? Like, obviously, what would you say is like a no to do with your girl? Like, just generally.
I don't know.
Any ideas, Cam?
I don't know. It honestly just depends on what type of people you are. Like, as long if your interests match, then it's easy. Just do what you both like. If your interests don't match, then it's peak and whatever. But yeah, I can't think of
whatever.
I can't think of anything that's like something that a lot of people do that would be something that I would say, nah, that you shouldn't do that kind of thing.
Okay, one thing that I've just thought of that it as Cam said, depends on the girl, but of the girls that I've kind of spoken to or bit like, yeah, playing games with them like PlayStation or something, that pisses me off. I don't know why. It's something that just jars me so much. Like, you know when you're like, so you're trying to play FIFA, and then like the girl says, "Oh, I'll beat you at FIFA,"
Let me play.
and then you're like, "No, you won't." And then so they can't even hold the controller. They hold the controller weird, and you just look at them like, "Come on, what was like seriously?"
Bro, it is so jokes. Obviously, there are girls that are gamers.
That's what I mean. So that's Cam said, like, depends on the girl and the context, like, of how they real are. Of the girls that I know and have spoken to, none of them are gamers. So
yeah, I can't even front. Like, I've had some amazing times like playing games with girls. Like, but these are the girls that actually game and are actually about this. Like FIFA, I'll smack them because generally they don't play FIFA. But like I remember this one girl used to wax me at Mortal Kombat, just rego, like, and I was like, all right, cool, like, because obviously I'm a Tekken guy, innit?
Yeah.
But like fighting games are fighting games, innit? So like my pride was a bit like, yo, okay, cool, and like figure this out. But on the flip side of things, yeah, obviously I played games with girls as well who have never held a pad in their life, kind of thing, and it's, yeah, like you say, man, it's hell.
I remember one where I was like, so I was playing. So the girl's telling me she's good at GTA. That's like the one game she can play. So I was like, okay, I ain't got GTA, but I got Just Cause. It's similar concept, like it's an open world game. You drive cars, whatever.
Just Cause is terrible, by the way. But go on.
Was it just? Yeah, it was Just Cause. But then there's like us. It was like similar in the way to GTA. Like you can drive, you can do all that. So then she's like, okay, I'll play that. Got on it. Girl couldn't even drive the car. First thing she does is drive it off a cliff. I'm just like, I thought you could play. I thought you could drive. Like I thought you could play GTA sort of thing. So just it just ruining my save data.
Nah, that's the worst. Like, just ruining my score, like everything. Like
that's my sister wanted to play Spider-Man last time, and it was just painful to watch. I couldn't do it.
Oh man, my sister, I used to play I don't know if you've heard of this game, but Life is Strange.
Yeah, I think so.
It's one of those kind of like choose your adventure kind of story kind of like games. So we used to like sit down and we used to play it together, me, her, my nephew sometimes as well, and we'd just sit down and we'd play through the story, but I would always be the one with the controller. Because when the screen says to press X, even if it's not like a quick time event, if like when the screen says to press X, I could just press X because I know what X is and where it is, etc., etc. But one of the sessions we were having when we were playing it, my sister was like, like it's not really like a difficult game. Like it's really just stories and you're just choosing selections and stuff. And there was some quick time events, but they weren't like that often or whatever. So I think I could play that. I kind of want to try. And I swear to you, I was just scarred the entire time. Just because everything was just so slow. Like it was like just trying to like walk, like or run around like the area and just going in the wrong direction, running into the walls, like all these kind of things. Then like when we're making decisions, it's like, okay, I need to press circle. Which one circle? And she's looking at like the trigger button.
Oh my
god! Circle. I'm like, oh my days! Like no, circle's on the front of the bed. And it's like, this would just be so much quicker and easier if like just let me do it, please, I beg. But yeah, no, that's a good thing. If your girl's not a gamer, playing like PlayStation or Xbox or whatever with her is definitely bottom tier, absolutely bottom.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
Another thing I was thinking as well, like, is again, either way, just watching movies or going cinema or something with a girl. Because, I hate when... Like,
damn, all right.
No,
that's like a date.
Wait, let me finish. Because when you like watch a movie with a girl and then like she's asking you questions about the movie, and it's just like, we're watching the same movie. Why are you asking me what's happening when we're seeing the same... Like, just watch the movie. It will tell you what's happening, sort of thing. Like,
I hate everyone who does that.
That's what I mean. So not even necessarily just the girl. That's the one thing in general that's just jarring.
Everyone who does that. It's like, what are you talking about? Why are you asking? Like, when people, like, sometimes movies are quite confusing. Like, for example, like Tenet, that came out the other day.
I don't know. I watched that. I have no idea what happened. I didn't get it at all.
Yeah, you see what I'm saying? Like, so sometimes movies are legitimately confusing. Like, so I hear it. Like, and in situations like that, if you ask me what's going on, my answer is probably, I'm just as lost as you are. Like, and to be fair, I can understand you asking that question. But the problem comes when we're watching, I don't know, flipping Avengers or something, where everything is just clear as day. Like, and you're like, wait, like, what's going on? Like, why are they fighting? What do you mean, why are they fighting? The aliens are invading. It's really simple.
Is that the leader? Like, of course, the leader. This guy has been in the whole film.
Like, yeah, exactly. Like questions like that. It's like, what are you doing? What have you been doing this entire time? Why are you asking me? Like, absolutely jarring. But yeah, that can apply to literally everyone.
So that's when it can apply to anyone, but it can be either bottom tier. That's what I say with a girl. It can be bottom tier or top tier because, as I said, that's the bait date thing. Just go cinema with a girl. But again, I wouldn't say it's top tier because, like, if it's not your girl and someone you're just kind of going to link, to go cinema with a girl you're just linking is weird because you don't really talk at all, and obviously you have something to talk about after if you go on movie or dinner and stuff. But
yeah.
If you just go for cinema and that's it, then it's a bit of a...
Nah, that's a young man thing. You can't be doing that. That's definitely a young man thing to be just doing cinema. Like to get to the stage where you're just doing cinema, I feel like you have to be basically girlfriend and boyfriend. Like, because like you can't... Nothing happens like that.
Just go sit in silence for 2 hours in your company and then go.
Yeah.
Cool. Nice to meet you.
yeah. Nah, you got to do cinema and something else, and then we can actually talk and stuff. Another thing that just came to my head, I don't know if either of you have done this. Actually, Cam, I reckon you have because you were practically living with this girl at certain points.
Hi, guy.
But cooking with a girl, have either of you done that?
I've done that, yeah.
Yes, I have.
Stressful, no?
I don't know. I feel like that also depends on the person. Why would you say why would you say it's stressful?
Because if a girl can't cook, then it's jarring, man.
And
it's not even like, and sometimes it's not even about whether she can cook or not, but sometimes like you just do things differently.
Actually, there was one thing that used to annoy me because we just had a difference of opinion in how to do something, and whenever I was doing it, she would always say like whatever, like, and that was annoying. Hearing this thing over and over again was annoying. But generally, cooking, I feel like cooking together shouldn't be a problem. It just that I feel like that more depends on the people than specifically your girl.
I feel like you have to build up chemistry. Like, and by chemistry, I mean specific to cooking. You have to build up cooking chemistry to be able to, because like
as one time was like passing the tree behind the back in.
Oh my god, yeah, like when Soma was like supporting Megamine, like what do you need? I need to get this timing right. It's literally like that, because one time I was cooking with this girl, and like I kind of like, I like to, when I cook, I'll do onions, then I'll start frying off the onions and I'll start chopping up like other vegetables while I'm doing that. But to do that, you have to chop the vegetables quick, because otherwise the onions will start burning. But so we did that, and she was cutting like some of the other vegetables for me while I was preparing something else. I think I might have been washing like rice or something. I was doing something else. And I was just like, yo, like these vegetables need to be put like soonish. And she's just there like, yeah, la-di-da, I'm going as fast as I can. I'm like, you could probably go a bit faster. And it's just like those kind of things like just make it weird. And it's like, at the end of the day, it probably does feel good, because we made it together, sweet, all of that. But like during the moment, it can be like quite stressful.
I was gonna scrap you if you did. If it's went over, so you were about to scrap.
Yeah. And also, like, obviously, different people like different kinds of season and stuff. Like
some people don't even know what seasoning is, so that's a whole another story.
Yeah, I feel like trying to cook with someone who doesn't know how to cook, then that's issues. That's issues instantly.
I remember once.
Yeah, you have to like tell them you have to guide them.
Yeah,
away. That's jarring.
I remember once, like, just the girl was like, she was putting the seasoning in, but then didn't check the lid and just kind of just whack and just chuck like the whole thing of seasoning in the thing. I'm just like,
I don't know how people do that. I've literally never done that before.
No, unless the lid falls off. When like, so I did it the other day. I was putting the pepper, the pepper grinder.
Yeah,
I was twisting that, and then the lid fell off, and then like some of the peppercorns dropped out. I was like, but that's literally the only time it's happened to me.
Yeah, no, I don't think that's ever happened to me. Like, because you literally, that's like one of the first things you check. You just make sure that whatever, like, just like you just gotta make sure what's going on. Like, it's bad. But again, I think we've come to the conclusion then that basically anything could be top tier or bottom tier. It just depends on the person.
Yeah.
And like your chemistry with them, I guess, as well.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. Because I'm sure I would see someone who would be like, do you know what's bottom tier? Living with your girl.
Yeah.
It's like, well, obviously if you ain't on the right vibe. Like, just bottom tier, being around your girl.
I
Yo, ball and chain. Yo, ball and chain. Like, even like, for example, like watching anime with a girl, like it's another thing. Like, if she's an anime fan, sick. If she's not an anime fan, you're gonna get a lot of questions and a lot of dodgy looks.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of dodgy looks, because anime just sets you up for failure, man.
That's it's so annoying, because I don't get why anime is so hard to get. It's just like, it's like watching a cartoon but Japanese. And then
that's probably the issue, though, because if you're watching cartoons, they'll still have issues with that.
That's what I was about to say, but they wouldn't, because if you were watching Family Guy, no one's saying nothing.
No one's saying
if you're watching South Park, no one's saying that. If you're watching Archer, no one's saying nothing, because what I think people don't. Yeah, and I think what people don't get is that anime deal with a lot of anime themes, like like big time. Like Naruto, even, and that's a really quite a childish one as well at the same time. But I almost had like me crying thug tears, man.
I had a lot of people crying thug tears. a lot of it had a lot of it. I'm like, I don't want to say, because you probably know what happened anyway, but there was something in this Fourth Shinobi War which happened, and from what I heard, everyone broke down when it happened. Like, I don't know, chest crying.
Even before that, even like Jiraiya, like
that was emotional.
That whole arc, when that happened, I was rocked, man. I didn't know what was going on.
When Naruto got told, I felt that clench in my stomach, like, oh,
that pang. I feel your pain.
Yeah. That's the thing about anime. So it's actually got a lot of it had very deep stories and kind of
It's just like any other kind of media.
Yeah, it's like a normal
any other
show.
TV show. Like, it's gonna range.
Yeah. That's what's so good about it, though. I feel like anime generally, like a good anime generally has such a wide range of things and themes that it covers. Like, there'll be jokes. It's literally that thing of you'll laugh, you'll cry, like you'll smile, like you'll go through all these emotions, like with a good anime.
Yeah.
Which is why I definitely love them, man.
Yeah, I wouldn't watch anime with a girl again unless she loves anime.
Yeah, I mean, we were talking about Dragon Ball Z Broly the other day, the movie. I watched that with a girl who doesn't watch anime. I started it, and like she was just trying to run her dry jokes, and it was just like, you're not funny. You're really not funny. Like, but yeah, I think if a girl likes anime, then by all means. If she's not, then it's probably not worth trying to convince her. Like, just put on Love Island or something. You watch that.
Yeah, I was watching like No Game No Life with someone, and it was too many questions. I turned it off. I was like, I can't bother. I'm not getting what's going on either, because you're asking me too many questions about what's going on. So I'm just turning it off, and we can put on Love Island.
That's a risky one to watch with a girl, though. Still, I mean, that's a risky one to watch. No Game No Life.
Oh, because they're all like
the weird
section. It's basically a harem, isn't it?
Yeah,
no, it's basically a harem ecchi thing. That's true. Oh, Cam, do you know what I watched with my ex though?
What?
We mentioned it last week as well. My wife is the student council president.
Yeah.
that was worthwhile watching it with her. I ain't gonna lie. But
see, that was worthwhile.
It was.
You gotta tell that story off mic.
Yeah, I'm not about to. I'm not about to get too much into it.
Oh my god.
Cam is laughing because he knows.
Yeah, I know.
But yeah. Oh, another thing. I don't know if either of you have. Well, Cam's definitely never done this because he's not that guy. But have you ever watched wrestling with a girl, Benz?
No, I haven't. I don't think so.
It's so funny because I feel like most guys kind of like grew up enough with wrestling to kind of have like an idea of what wrestling actually is and how it looks.
Yeah.
Even if you weren't big on it, but I feel like girls like never had that real exposure to it. So when like I've ever watched it with a girl, just for whatever reason, like more, I think the only ever time I was in that situation was if I was watching it and then a girl came over and then I was like, well, I'm not about to tell you. So I need to finish this and then we can continue whatever was happening. But like they have like no concept, or they're just not familiar with it, kind of thing.
Yeah.
So like they're aware of it, but they're not familiar with it. So when they're watching and like them are throwing punches like that, doing them kind of ones, and and then like it's just bare questions, because like when they see like a suplex off the top rope, it's like, rah, doesn't that hurt? Like all of that, these kind of questions, like, oh yeah, it probably does hurt, but it's not gonna injure them, kind of thing. Yeah. But one thing I will say though, more time they do actually get sucked in, at least for like a little while. They maybe not the entire 3 hours of Raw or nothing, but like like one match or something, they might be like, "Raw, yeah, get him." Yeah,
I feel like because a lot of girls, like, they with sports especially, they'll get very sucked into it, and like they'll get into it and they'll get involved and want someone to win or want someone to just be on top, sort of thing.
Yeah.
They have no idea like what's going on, but they'll just kind of they'll enjoy it.
They'll root for something. But that's yeah, I get it. I think it's just more fun when you're watching something when you can just root for it. So
yeah.
But yeah, I guess our conclusion really is like it just depends on the person, man. Yeah, you should date people you like.
Yeah,
I guess that's
things in common with.
Yeah, man. But I think it's that time. I think we're kind of sticking to our 2 hour kind of mark. We're about an hour and a half ish in, and I think it's about that time that we get to our. I was about to say our weekly. I don't know why I always say our weekly. It kind of rolls off the tongue a bit more when you say weekly.
Our bi-weekly.
We don't even do a weekly podcast. It's our bi-weekly segment. Lads, boys, what are you watching?
We need a jingle for it. What are we watching?
We definitely should. Actually, that's a good idea. Let's get that done.
Let me kick it off then. So obviously, as you both know, the new anime season just started. So I've picked up a few new anime. So obviously, I've been watching Jujutsu Kaisen, which is a two season thing. That's moving. The episode came out today. Actually, I need to watch it. But yeah, once it's finished, I'll let you know whether it's worth to watch or not. Then and obviously, Dr. Stone season 2's out. Started watching that. It's kicking off pretty nicely. I'm liking it. It's 2 episodes deep at this point.
Yeah.
And then there's a few other anime I can't remember off the top of my head right now. I actually started. I wasn't going to, but I started watching WandaVision.
What did you think of it?
I like it. I like it's a change of pace, for like superhero, quote unquote superhero stuff, like Marvel stuff. It doesn't have the same energy as the films do, and it doesn't have the same energy as any of the other Marvel shows that I've seen.
No, it's like Bewitched, isn't it? Sort of thing. But
it's supposed to be like it's supposed to start off with the similar kind of energy to TV shows of the 1950s, 1960s kind of energy, which I think is super interesting. But obviously, it's got a bigger plot than that, so it's definitely going somewhere, and you're seeing hints of where it's going. And I'm here for it still. But yeah,
where are you watching that? Do you have Disney Plus now?
I do not.
Right, say no more.
I was gonna wait for it. Yeah, I was actually gonna wait for it to finish and then just get the free trial of Disney Plus and then watch it. I'm probably still gonna do that and just watch it again, like just bang it out one day or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's pretty good, and yeah, like I already knew quite a bit of it going in because I've just been watching like YouTubers who have all the knowledge of all the comics and whatever talk about the show and like all the trailers from before it even dropped, like just breaking down where it's probably what is likely to happen in the show. And then I've also heard that it's gonna be connected to the next Spider-Man and Doctor Strange movies, so that's gonna be interesting to see as well.
Okay.
But yeah, apart from that, that's it really.
All right, fair enough. I'll go next. Basically, what I've been watching, I haven't actually been watching much, but I've been watching Girlfriends on Netflix. Just classic black comedy. But do you know what's so funny is because I saw like episodes growing up. Like just from time to time, because obviously it'd just be on TV, and or maybe like my sister was watching it or something like that. But it's so jokes how different, like when you watch something back that you saw like as a child and then you watch it as an adult, and it's so funny how different like your perspective is of like things. So obviously the show is like just about like these girls, these 4 women who are like dating and like their trials and tribulations while dating and stuff. And like as a kid, like you just kind of, a lot of that just goes over your head, and then just watching it as an adult, it's like, yo, this is actually like so mad, so deep, and you can relate to some situations and like things like that. And it's just like a whole next experience. But yeah, like I'm watching that. Just it's good to see some black faces on TV for once, I guess. And what else am I watching? I've really slowed down on the anime recently, so I'm not been watching anything of like that. Honestly, I think that's it. I think I'm just watching Girlfriends. I'm playing Horizon Zero Dawn on PS5.
Is it Litty?
It's still yeah. I'm still liking that game. Getting more and more into it. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's kind of like it's like Yeah, I didn't expect it. I didn't realize it was an actual open world game. It's kind of a bit like the Tomb Raider
sort of
thing.
thing,
It's
but-
kind of, no. So it's not like an RPG. I mean, it is an RPG, but it's kind of more like an RPG, kind of like Tomb Raider kind of RPG style. With like a lot of action and like a bit of like platforming and stuff like that. But yeah, that's more or less what I'm doing. What about you, Bez?
So I've watched a lot because obviously we didn't do the segment last week, did we? But I rewatched White Collar, which I liked.
What's that?
It's like a show about like a con artist, and he kind of fakes like art and fakes different things, and then he gets caught and then has to become a CI to catch other con artists and stuff like that.
It's one of them ones.
Yeah.
I see.
So I thought that was pretty good though. So I rewatched that like quite quickly, and then I started watching One Division as well. I watched the first episode, and I thought it was a bit boring, so I didn't actually go far with it. But I watched the full episode, and I was going to go to the second episode. I was like, I might come back to it, but then now because I saw the ending, and I was like, there's obviously more to it, but I don't know if I enjoyed the whole episode enough that I would want to watch more of it.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm like. But then now I'm kind of like, I might go back to it. I still got the second episode, so I might just watch it and see what it's like.
Yeah, I think it's just a pretty fun. Right now, it's just a pretty fun show with like you're not really here for the story necessarily, but like it's enjoyable in that it's just like a fun show to watch.
Yeah,
like, just chill and watch.
Yeah, but I didn't find it that funny. That's why I was like, I obviously had the crowd laughing in the background and stuff, and I just thought it's meant to be funny, and it's meant to be like Bewitched-y kind of show where, like the typical 1950s or 60s, whatever it was, sitcom. But I wasn't enjoying it. So I'm not sure if I'll keep watching that or not.
I need to watch it. I haven't started it yet, but I've heard a lot of people obviously calling it slow because like the episodes are out. Like obviously, like you say, Cam, it's got it's clearly got an overarching story that is going somewhere.
Yeah,
but it doesn't appear to be going there that quickly yet.
No.
So I feel like people went in expecting more than they should be expecting, because it is like, you just think about the two characters that are involved. It's not going to be like super actiony, super fast paced, because they are more like deeper emotional characters than any of the other characters in the MCU. So
I mean, even in the movies, they don't
do much action in that.
Yeah, like in
she's very powerful, but she's barely in any of them.
She has like a couple seconds of showing her power, and that's about it.
That's why I think this show is. That's why I personally think it's a good show, because it's like a different energy kind of show to just MCU stuff.
And you see, that's kind of why I liked Agent Carter when that was on.
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw that, but because it was just like a totally different vibe. It was like an old timey kind of like detective kind of show. It's set in the MCU, and I was like, do you know what? I can appreciate this because this is like, it's just so. It's still the same universe. It's still got the same kind of like overall kind of feel, but at the same time, it's in a different direction. I'm like, I like that. So I'm gonna give One Division a try at some point. But I haven't got there yet.
What else am I watching? So I'm rewatching a lot of stuff. So I started rewatching Fairy Tale just as like my kind of background show, just because I like to have a shows on just when I'm like going to bed or something, just to watch in the background.
Sometimes I think I don't actually like anime, because when I think there's a lot of anime that I've seen that I just do not like. Another one that's just like days.
Fairy Tale is good. I like Fairy Tale.
It has its moments, and it has its characters, and it has its moments. Again, but it's a bit like Bleach, where overarching, I would say I just don't like it.
That's the one that's a bit of a child friendly kind of aimed at children anime though. It doesn't feel like it's more teenagey kind of facing. It's just like kids. Yeah,
no, definitely, because they do stupid stuff in that one. That one,
no one ever dies.
No one ever dies, which is ridiculous.
Maybe one person does in like the whole show or something. That's why.
They hold beatings and no one dies. And they do stupid stuff, like they obviously Natsu's the fire guy, whatever.
Dragon Slayer.
And I can't remember, like, obviously I watched this ages ago, but I just remember he was fighting this guy who had like a special kind of fire that he was using.
Yeah.
That he was, and the whole thing was Natsu can't eat this fire. You can't consume it. You can't, like, that fire was meant to hurt him. If he ate it, he was meant to die. So what does he do? He just eats it anyway and levels up and doesn't do anything. And he wins.
Literally one of the worst scenes I've ever seen in any anime. I'm like, this is so stupid. It doesn't make any sense.
He got sick after. Like he was unwell for a bit for eating because
just kill him off.
First of all, he shouldn't have been able to win the fight because like that gave him extra power. It shouldn't have. It should have weakened him instantly.
Yeah. He should one. He shouldn't have done it. Like, and this is what I hate. This is another thing that I kind of don't like about some anime. Sometimes I'm like, this whole dumb main character thing. It's just so jarring sometimes.
The way they just get the magic power to just become the best at anything.
Yeah, and their magic power is just being idiotic. Because why? Like, what logical reason? Like, okay, he's losing the fight. However, he's supposed to know that this fire is meant to hurt him. So why would he eat it? Like, it's just dumb.
But I think it was like he drained out all of his fire. And then, because he didn't have any of his fire in him, he could then absorb all that fire. So it was like, it wasn't the fire that hurts him, it's the mixing of the two fires that hurts him. So I think that's the way they explained it.
Still, so wishy-washy and weak. But yeah, Fairy Tail definitely has its moments. There are parts of it that I like, and there are definitely characters that I like as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, overall, I'm just like, I got very, very bored and sick of that show. I can't lie.
Yeah. No, I managed to pull through in the end to the end of it. I actually watched all of it, which it ended crazy, but it was an okay show. Like I could watch it again all in one and like binge watch it, and I won't feel two ways about it.
All right, fair enough. But yeah, anything else?
Yeah, I watched Kuroko, obviously, since that came on Netflix.
Oh, you watched the whole first season again?
Yeah.
Cam, where you at?
I have no plans to watch it.
Why not, man? It's in English and all.
That doesn't make it better.
It makes it easier to watch.
It makes it easier to watch, but that doesn't make it more like better for me to watch. But I probably will watch it at some point. But at this moment in time, I have no plans to watch it.
Oh my God, it's such a good show.
It is very good.
We could really come on here and talk about it. But whatever.
The dub's not half bad either. Like it started off and I was a bit like, but then it's not too bad.
Get used to it.
Yeah, it's not great, but it's not too bad.
Okay, that's not bad. I just hope they just continue to dub.
Yeah, hopefully. That's Cam. Get your watching, man. We need to get views in it so that it can get more. As long as it gets high views, then it'll get more season 2.
Yeah, man, for real.
And I like watching Parasite again. I only got a few episodes in so far.
I actually stopped.
Really?
I don't know if you remember, but I was watching that a little while back. But yeah, and I don't know why. But I stopped. I think for me, I think like the dub was just getting jarring for me a little bit. Like I said a few podcasts ago, that the Parasite dub is not great. Like they don't convey like a lot of emotions, and I feel like as I was getting closer to the end, and a lot of things was happening, and like people were going through some serious hardships, and then the dub was just not relaying that emotion to me, and it was just really annoying. So I just gave up. Gave up with that.
And I started.
Parasite is. I still call it a good show because it does have like obviously a good storyline to it, a good theme and everything. I just probably shouldn't.
The fight scenes in it were pretty sick as well.
Definitely.
They were very sick. And what else? I watched a lot of movies, obviously, because I had no internet, so I was watching stuff that I've got downloaded. So I watched Tenet, didn't get it. I watched the new Wonder Woman, which was okay. It wasn't as good as the first one.
Hold on. With Tenet, even though you didn't get it, did you enjoy it?
It was okay. Like it was. I guess it was a action-packed movie, which was fun to watch, but because I didn't really understand what was going on, I was kind of just a bit confused.
I really enjoyed it. Like I wanted to go back because I watched it in cinema when cinemas were still open.
Yeah.
And which was weird, man. Don't never go to the cinema where you have to wear a face mask for 2 hours or whatever. It was weird because then, yeah, because like obviously popcorn and everything, and just trying to have snacks and drinks and stuff. It's just it was awkward.
Like a superhero eating through his mask, like Deadpool or something.
I wanted to go back to the cinema and watch it again because it's one of them ones where I feel like I would get every time you watch it, you would understand it more, kind of thing. And so I wanted to do that because I definitely enjoyed it. It was action packed, and the story seemed interesting, even though I wasn't necessarily understanding every part of it.
Yeah,
it was interesting enough. So I was like, I wanted to see it again. So I'll probably watch it again. At some point.
I feel like I need to watch it again, but watch it properly and focus completely on it because it was like, I guess the start was quite interesting and fun, and then it was when it kind of switched, and that's when I was like, okay, I have no idea how this is all happening and what's going on now. That kind of baffled me a bit.
Yeah. And Wonder Woman, how was that?
It was okay. It wasn't as good as the first one though. Like it didn't really have like great fight scenes like the first one. Like the first one had a couple good fight scenes and like a couple good moments, whereas this one I don't feel like it had that moment to it. It was just like it was okay.
Yeah, I hear that.
The story wasn't great.
That's strong. Yeah.
It was just as in a whole, it was because I think so. The whole concept of it is like this. There's this wish stone, and then it gives you wishes. And this guy who wants to become the most powerful person in the world, he basically becomes a genie sort of thing. And it's just a bit, it's all a bit.
It's a little bit weird.
Yeah,
Fairs. I need to see that actually. Let's see what's going on over there with that Wonder Woman thing. But I don't know, man. I just have no motivation. Like when all these movies were coming out of cinema and stuff. Like I was so motivated to like make sure I get my ticket, go like first week. If I'm not going at least I would usually see these movies.
You was on point with movies. Like
I was always on point with these movies. Like, but now I'm just like, because I have to do it at home and everything. I don't know. I just prefer going to the cinema and watching it in the cinema, I guess, and just sitting down and just being like, right, cool. I'm taking this 2 hours, whatever, to sit down, watch this movie properly, and turn off my phone, eat popcorn, and just focus. Whereas at home, there's just so much else going on, and I get distracted so easy and stuff. So it's not the same vibe.
Yeah,
not the same vibe. But anything else you watch or playing? I guess we do both.
So I'm playing One Piece, but One Piece Pirate Warriors 4. So I've been playing that. That's the one.
I looked up because I at my game collection because I have Pirate Warriors 3. So I was like, how are you playing that?
No, so 4 was when I got digitally, so on the PS4. But then obviously I started playing on the PS4, but then didn't get into it. So I got into it on the PS5, and I've been playing that now. But I've nearly finished it. They got the main story, and they got a couple like side treasure log game missions, which you can just kind of do separately. I'm just doing those treasure logs now, and then I'll probably play Horizon next.
Yeah, man. I need to get far enough in that game so you don't lap me. I know you're a serious guy.
Through it in like a week.
Yeah.
Next podcast, I would have clocked it probably.
Yeah, man. I need to get fully into it. But it's a good game. I think you enjoy it.
Yeah.
Like, I'm enjoying it so far. Unless like it switches up and does something dumb or something.
Yeah.
I think I'll enjoy it.
I like Tomb Raider, so if it's similar to Tomb Raider, I'll definitely enjoy it. Like I love them kind of games.
That kind of like bow and arrow, like running around, stealthy kind of vibe.
Mm-hmm.
So it's good. But obviously, like it's got machines as well, which is kind of different. But you'll see. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'll give it a go. That'll be my next game to play.
Yeah. I want to get Hitman 3 actually as well.
Okay. It looks interesting. I played the last one, and it's a hit and miss, because like sometimes some missions will be really fun, and it depends on how you do it though. So you might do it sneakily and try and do it that way, or you might just decide to just go in and just blaze everyone, guns out, bam, 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 hit people with fishes.
I'm hearing like it's almost exactly the same as Hitman 2 and Hitman 1. To be fair, they basically what people are saying, they're all the same game, except obviously graphics are better, and graphics get better between each one, and it's just new maps, and probably I think this one's got probably larger maps than the last one. And I'm just like, yeah, I think it's kind of cool. And then obviously, I think there's only like 5 missions or something, or 6 missions. I don't think there's many missions.
Really?
But I think what they're banking on is obviously replay value.
Because you can do each game mission differently, sort of thing.
Yeah, and then I think when you complete a map, you can unlock a different starting point. As in, like, where you infiltrate from, kind of thing. And then if you infiltrate from someone else, then you get a chance to do a different assassination style, whatever. So, so I think it's like, it's one of them ones where like there's it's a small amount, but there's a large amount of things you can do within the small amount. If that makes sense. So it's kind of intriguing, but that will have to be after Horizon anyway. After I finish Horizon. So we'll see. If nothing else comes out between now and then, which I don't think anything will. PS5 games.
They seem to be rare. I'm not seeing much like even being promoted other than like God of War and stuff, and they're coming out way later in the year, aren't they? Yeah,
and there's just been a lot of delays and stuff as well.
Gutted, mate. Harry Potter delayed till 2022. Gutted.
That trash. They're putting it in the bin. They're doing it right. Oh, Cam.
Yo.
Cyberpunk, what's happening?
Oh, I've been playing it like slowly, like once a week I'll turn it on and play it for like an hour and then stop.
Oh my God. Do you know if you're near the end yet or not?
Oh no, I'm definitely not near the end. Because when I play it, I just do side missions because I like the game. It's enjoyable, and the only reason I stopped playing it is because I wasn't living in the same house as the game for like 2 weeks from when I initially got it, and so I stopped playing it. And then when I came back, I've just been playing a lot of League of Legends, trying to improve at that. So I've just put Cyberpunk on the back, and I'll finish it at some point. But yeah.
Just wait, you'll finish it once the hype is all gone, and you'll finish it, and then you'll be telling me about what happened, and I'll be like, "Huh? What happened? I don't remember. I finished so long ago."
But to be fair, I'm going to get it in like a year's time as well. So maybe in a year's time, Cam will finish it. I would have finished it, and then we can talk about it.
I started my second playthrough, right? I'm going to clock it again before either of you.
And also, you're now playing on hard, so you'll understand the difference between playing... Because when I watched you play on easy, like, that crap was so easy. But then when I was playing on hard, like, the difference is insane. But now I feel like you'll get it.
Yeah. Nah, it's definitely... it's definitely harder. Is it much harder? Yeah. It's tough. It's hard to say. Like, I definitely have to be more careful. I'll say that much. Like, I don't think killing anyone is harder. I just think I'm easier to be killed. If that makes sense.
That does make sense, but also it's untrue. Just based off of what I saw, and then versus how I had to play the game, it's definitely untrue.
But that's what I'm saying. I'm saying, like, I need to make sure I'm behind cover. Because I will be killed easier.
No, but I feel like the amount of damage that I had to do to kill people was a lot more than the damage that you had to do to kill people. Or maybe that was just based on the fact that I would die instantly if they ever got onto me.
You just need to step your gunplay up, my guy. Get better weapons.
Possibly.
No, the thing is, one thing I know, I kind of shagged myself because I wasn't thinking, like, obviously I'm playing on hard now, but the style of play that I was thinking of doing, it just doesn't make sense to do that on hard mode. I should have just done it on normal. I'm thinking of doing like melee with like, and I know the melee combat isn't that great in the game, to be honest, but I was thinking of doing like katanas and stuff, like fighting like that. But the problem with that is you're just always out in the open, and with enemies doing like a lot of damage, it's not sensible. But I'll figure it out.
Melee combat is never great in first person games though. I don't know if I've ever played a first person game where it's very good.
Yeah. It's not. Yeah, this is an exception. It's not great. But
first person gun Shooter.
Yeah. So, but yeah, we'll see how it goes. But I am definitely certain I'll probably clock it before you do, Cam, because you're taking liberties. I'll clock it again for a second time.
We'll see about that.
Kind of like challenge accepted.
I'm playing because I'm even playing Horizon. I'm not actually playing Cyberpunk right now. I'm playing Horizon, so yeah. But anyway, unless you man have anything else.
Right, before we go, I'm watching thing. The airing now, they've started airing the reincarnated as a slime. I don't know if you watched the first season of that.
No.
That's one you should both watch. That was a really good show.
What was it good about it?
It was just like, it was sick because basically the guy was reincarnated as a slime and then just became like mad powerful because he could just absorb everything. So he just like absorbed the demon and it became like he had the demon's powers and then absorbed, like he was just stupidly overpowered, which it was really good. So I think that's one you should watch. And season 2 just started.
Is it a comedy or something?
It's a sort of, it's funny, but it's not meant to be. It's not a comedy, but it's not serious either. But it's, okay. I thought you watched season 1 to be honest, but no, you should watch it. It's good though.
I'll put that on my list. My list has about 500 million things. I'll make a mental note of that.
Okay, yeah, that was it for me.
Cool, no worries. But then, yeah, Cam, unless you have anything else?
Nah.
Then, yeah, let's get out of here, man. Like, good chat, boys. Don't forget, everyone listening, if you made it this far, once again, thank you for rocking with us. We'll be back in 2 weeks' time, as always. Who knows what we'll be talking about in 2 weeks' time, but we'll be getting into it.
See what the world brings us.
Wait. don't just don't. Like, we don't need anything more from the world. We're good. Let's just keep things the same for a little while. But yeah, we're back in 2 weeks' time. Make sure you follow us on Twitter at 5 Letters Podcast. That's the letter 5. And on Instagram, same thing. Sorry, yes, number 5, not that. Wow.
It's late. I'm late.
It is actually late. This is one of the latest ones we've recorded, so it is actually very, very late. But yeah, number 5 Letters Podcast on Insta, on YouTube, on Twitter as well, obviously. Yeah, everywhere. Come find us. Hit us up. Let us know what you're thinking. And yeah, for 2 weeks we're out of here, man. Peace.
Bye.
Yeah. You might end up in a club when you should be at home. When you're shit to settle but don't wanna be alone. I've seen bitches come and go, seen rats come and go. Gal, I'm here when I come back, I come and then I go. And we ain't nothing like we used to be. All them times I was lying, she was true to me. I should've been with her, but I was doing truancy. When she caught me, I said, uh-oh, I'm a Lumidee. I wonder who you gonna fuck after me. I'm big chip. Every gal want to walk off of me. But I'm not with the coffin, you can choose him if you like. But my spirit's gonna haunt you if you choose him out of spite. Tree gal on me from my past, triple X. Feel like Vin Diesel got me stepping out flexing. You know how I stay though, Biggs will be phone on play mode, but I know it's you I should be texting.
Baby girl, you gotta take me as I am. You know deep down, yeah, my future plans. Catch me cheating, then you're gonna get a time. Louis V back it straight from Milan. Got her more mad on the ground about my main thing. She love me for who I am, and that's the main thing. Bikini in my bed, fuck you in the sand. You know, pussy spectacular.
She loyal, do anything for you. Spend a bag on designer clothes cause she spoil you. I be in the trap 5 times out the week. I tell her I'll be back, she thinking I'm just trying to creep. Can't lie, had a couple baddies in the suite with the guys. Had to tell her, baby, they ain't here for me. Gotta keep it G cause she a real one. We ain't got a family, shorty, we can build one. Tell your ex to stop playing, I would kill one. I ain't on that gangster shit, but I'm still one. You know the drip got him sick, I'm an ill one. And when I'm off the Hennessy, I don't feel none.